Hi everyone, my name is Bansi and I'm a makeup artist. In this video, we are going to talk about different types of skin and how to prep these different types of skin. This video is ideal for everyone, the girls who are learning makeup for themselves and the ones who are trying to learn makeup in a professional way. So skin prep is important in both the cases because your makeup is going to look just as good as your skin is looking. So we have quite a few skin types to discuss in this video, so let's get started without wasting any time. Number one, oily skin. Now I myself have really oily skin, and one of the traits of oily skin is that it releases oils, all sort of natural oils from your skin every 1 to 2 hours, which means my type of skin needs a little bit more of mattifying sort of oil controlling products before I even imagine about putting any type of makeup. So what could be an ideal CTM routine for my type of skin, which is oily skin? So step number one is thoroughly cleanse your skin. Okay, if you have oily skin, please use a face wash which is ideal for clearing your pores and controlling the oils and completely drying and actually cleansing your skin. Okay, it is very important. Step number two would be giving your face a really gentle ice massage, and make sure that you are not directly putting ice on your face. That could also irritate the skin a lot. So just take a cotton cloth or maybe a towel, which is again very gentle face towel, and you can put a few ice cubes, make it sort of like an ice bag or a cooling bag, and very gently you are going to dab all over your face. This is going to calm the skin down and control all the oils that your skin tends to release time to time. It will not avoid it 100%, but it will definitely give you much better control. Step number three would be not skipping the toner. Okay, for oily skin, please do not skip your toner. You can use rose water or any non-fragrant toner as well. At the end of the day, if you don't have a toner, just use cold iced water. But it is very important that you use a toner, because oily skin have open pores and open pores need a toner. Okay, so put some toner after you finish your ice massage. Next step, moisturizer. Yes, even though you have an oily skin, doesn't mean that you are skipping moisturizer. Moisturizer is very important before you put anything on your face. So definitely we are going to use moisturizers which are not very heavy. They are easy on our skin, they are very lightweight. So you are going to use either hydrating serum, water based or gel based moisturizer, which is going to create sort of like an invisible layer between your skin and your makeup. And after moisturizer, finally you are going to use a mattifying primer. It is very important that people with oily skin use a blurring and a mattifying effect primer. So these are the keywords. Okay, so yes, it is going to take a little bit of layering before you put your makeup, but like I said, your makeup is going to look just as good as your skin is. So if your skincare is good, your makeup is automatically going to look amazing. Next up is dry to hyper dry skin. And yes, again we are going to start with cleansing your face. However, in this type of skin we are going to be very careful, very gentle. So we are going to use a gentle cleanser, something which is cream based, something which is not very foamy. And sometimes it is honestly okay even if you just have a few splashes of water on your face, if you don't want to irritate your skin so much, because I would understand the struggle of someone having very dry skin as well. It gets very stretchy and itchy sometimes. So it's okay if you don't want to irritate your skin so much, so you could just have some splashes of water on your face, but it is very important to cleanse it. Okay, even if it's just with water, make sure that you clean your face before you start with your CTM routine. Next up is of course a toner, but for dry skin we are going to use a non-fragrant toner. For your toner, you could use maybe a very thin layer of aloe vera gel, or mix aloe vera gel with a little bit of water and use that water as your toner. So the stickiness of aloe vera gel is going to give you a very thin layer of moisture before you put your moisturizer. One thing I want to explain here is, why do we put toner before we even put moisturizer? The reason is that moisturizer is actually to lock moisture in your skin. But for people with dry skin, there is no moisture on their skin. Their skin is absolutely dry and dehydrated. So without any kind of natural moisture in their skin, what are you even locking with the moisturizer? Absolutely nothing. So their skin is just drinking up all that moisture, because there is no moisture before you put moisturizer. There is a lot of moisturizer happening here, but stick with me, okay? So toner is a thin layer of moisturizer before you put moisturizer, and then on top of that you put your moisturizer to lock the moisture from the toner. Now coming to the part on how to prime a hyper dry skin or normal to dry skin. So basically these type of skin are the best for makeup. Okay, it does take a little bit of an extra skincare and being a little more gentle when it comes to locking moisture, but these are the type of skin that just don't get greasy, so the makeup is really going to stay. Apart from creating a thin layer between your foundation and your moisturizer, primer also controls oil, okay, which is why it helps your makeup stay for a long time. So when we are dealing with dry skin, we are going to use a primer which also has some hydrating properties. That was dry to hyper dry skin. Next up we have combination skin, which is oily on the T-zone and normal to dry on the edges of the face. Now this type of skin is not very complicated. It might feel like, but it's really not. So what you're going to do is you are going to follow your CTM routine as usual. If your T-zone gets very oily, then I would recommend that you use maybe like an oil control face wash, or maybe even a really foamy face wash. Always remember, whenever your face wash makes a lot of foam or a lot of bubbles while mixing with water before you rub it on your skin, it means it's for oily skin, because that will have more of dry components. Okay, it will have more of ingredients that will help you keep your skin dry. And you will always notice that all the gentle cleansers are always cream based. Okay, they are very liquidy, sort of cream based cleansers. So if your T-zone gets very oily, then I would recommend a foamy face wash which helps you control your oil. But if that does not happen for you, it's just a normal amount of natural shine, then I would suggest that you go for a gentle cleanser when you have a combination skin. Next step is of course going to be your toner, and then finally you are going to use a moisturizer. Now, how to prime this type of combination skin? That is the question, because combination skin is oily on the T-zone and normal to dry on the edges. So you are going to use exactly what it requires on what part of your face. So let's just say my T-zone gets really oily and greasy. So on my T-zone, I'm going to apply very small amount of an oil control or a mattifying primer, and I'm just going to very lightly dab it or blend it. And then later you are going to use a normal cream based primer, and that you can apply it all over your face. So that way you are giving an extra layer of protection, but only on the T-zone, only on the parts where it gets a little oily. Okay, and on the rest of your face you will just have one layer of primer, which is just more than enough. Finally, we are coming to sensitive skin type. This is the type of skin that you are going to have to be very patient about. Okay, everyone going through sensitive skin will understand exactly what I'm talking about, because there is a reason why it is called sensitive skin. It's going to react to anything that you do very, very quickly. Okay, so this type of skin, you are going to have to give it a lot of time to calm down after every step that you do. You are going to have to give a lot of time to this type of skin to calm down, to cool down. You cannot be aggressive. Well, you cannot be aggressive with any type of skin, but especially with sensitive skin, you are going to have to be very, very careful. In these type of cases, you are going to have to be very careful with your clients as well. Please make sure that you communicate. This is where the communication part comes between the makeup artist and the client. You will have to ask them what type of skin they have, and if it is sensitive, or let's just say someone who has a very acne prone skin, make sure that you ask them if there is any type of moisturizer or a skincare routine that they have to follow before you even think about putting any of your own product on their face. In most of the cases, your client will understand, and she herself would recommend that she uses her own skincare kit. So make sure that you be very, very patient with such skin types. And even if you yourself are going through a very sensitive skin which reacts to literally anything very quickly, even if it's a climate change, your skin is reacting very quickly, make sure that you have specific type of products, because it is very, very important to take care of your skin. I myself have had very problematic, sensitive, complicated skin for most of my life, but it is going to take a little bit of a research. Sometimes it is exhausting, but it is important at the end of the day. So that's it for this video. I wanted to start with something very, very simple, not something very heavy or complicated which you are not able to understand or which is very heavy on your part. So I wanted to keep something very short and simple. I hope this helps you. I hope this video reaches the right kind of people who are looking for some solutions for their skincare and their skin prep. Remember, skin prep is the most important part of makeup. Before even you put any kind of makeup, this is very, very important. Each and everything, please follow. Do not skip even a single step, especially your CTM routine. It is very important. And again, your makeup is going to look just as good as your skin is. So if you do this part right, there are hardly any chances that your makeup will look bad. Okay, so this is one of those hacks to make your makeup look flawless each and every time you go for it. I am going to come up with more topics about makeup, and we are definitely going to dive into something which is beyond the basics. I'm going to be talking about color theory. I'm going to be talking about blush placements, how to contour, what are the cool tones in blush, what are the warm tones of blush, what kind of blush goes best for what type of skin complexion. So there are quite a lot of things that I have to cover, but I wanted to start with something simple because basics are the foundation of learning literally anything. So if your basic fundamentals are strong, you will find all the other things very, very easy to understand. And that is my goal. I want you to understand and learn each and everything out of each and every video of mine. So that's it for today's video. I'm going to conclude it here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.